Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. A lot to talk about, but first we want to say hello to meteorologist Scott Gagliardi. Got to check on that first alert forecast because this is what we're talking about this morning. Aaron and the impact it may or may not have on us, right?
Right, yeah. Here locally in Long Island Sound, we're basically okay.
Okay.
It's really if you head out farther east towards the Cape, the islands, Block Island, as we know, their ferry service.
Folks might because of vacation, you know.
Absolutely, trying to get that last bit of summer in because there's not much left. But yeah, here locally we're doing okay. You see lots of blue sky in New Haven. Temperature though, 59 degrees. Wind speeds are out of the north at 10, down towards New London. So you see these clouds. These are the only clouds you're going to see today, and they're because of Aaron. I mean, you can see it way out towards the east there. New London, right about here. You're looking east. There you go. That's where it is. And it's still a pretty impactful storm, but way out towards the east, hundreds and hundreds of miles away from Connecticut, but still high surf advisories, gale warnings outside of Long Island Sound where you can expect wind and heights, wave heights of 5 to 10 to 15 feet. So certainly some big waves out east. Here locally, we're doing okay. 40s, lots of 50s. Notice 52 in Hartford, 51 degrees in Meriden, that 49 though in Salisbury. Cool temperatures this morning. Definitely need the jacket if you're heading out to work or in a few communities, school this morning. The wind speeds, everybody out of the north, 5 to about 10 miles per hour. Groton, right now, 13 mile per hour wind gust, but visibility is just fine today considering the wind that we have out there. We do have, though, some warmer temperatures. We're going to detail how long those last, and then we can see maybe some showers in the forecast. All that's coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning, Kate.
All right, good morning, Scott. We'll give you a check of the roads here in your first alert traffic report. We're looking really good. East Hartford, Waterbury, Middletown, Meriden. On the major highways here, we're doing great. The only issues we have are off the highway. So the DOT is saying that Route 32 in Windham is closed right now, right by West Main Street. There's a tree down with some wires there. Crews are there right now investigating, working to clear that scene. So if you're traveling in Windham, just be aware of that this morning. But if you're out on the highways, we're looking really good. We'll keep you posted if that changes. That's your Connecticut Chevy First Alert Traffic Report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, our top story this morning, Hurricane Aaron keeping a close eye on the shoreline this morning as a powerful storm moves up the East Coast.
Yeah, so even though the storm is staying offshore, as we've been telling you about, the immediate coastline could still feel some of the effects of this storm. Your reporter Marcy Jones is live at Ocean Beach Park in New London, showing us the conditions there and explaining how it could impact your weekend. Hey, Marcy, good morning.
Good morning. It's quite windy out here. Well, from canceled ferries to very strong rip currents, we are feeling some of the impact from Aaron here on the shoreline. And here's what you need to know before solidifying your early weekend plans. If you were planning to catch the high-speed Cross-Sound ferry to Long Island or any ferry to Block Island today, you'll need a plan B. Both services have been canceled due to rough conditions from Aaron. Crews tell us the Cross-Sound ferry is safe and will still be running. Along the shoreline, big waves and strong rip currents could make swimming dangerous, especially for beaches near Rhode Island. And don't worry, you really won't have to deal with this for too long. Officials say that those canceled ferry services should resume by tomorrow, but definitely check ahead if you're planning on traveling. Your reporter live in New London, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A state of emergency in effect in New Jersey this morning as Hurricane Aaron brings high surf and dangerous rip currents to beaches along the East Coast. This remarkable video shows flooding in the streets of Atlantic City. Many area beaches were closed to swimming yesterday, and this is probably why. Look at all of that water in town. The flood risk increases into today when high waves coincide with high tide. We'll be tracking Aaron all day here on Channel 3 and on the Wax. It is a great time to download the WFSB First Alert weather app. We'll send any new information to you and the latest forecast right on your phone.
And some developing news out of New Haven to get to this morning. We're working to learn right now more about a shooting that sent one person to the hospital. New Haven police say the victim is a 37-year-old man who's being treated at St. Raphael's. This happened last night. No word yet on any suspects or the reason for that shooting.
North Haven police say they've arrested a 15-year-old for a pair of purse snatchings. They say that teenager targeted people pumping gas in at least 2 cases last year. Police say the same teenager pulled off a similar crime in Glastonbury. Multiple people facing charges this morning after a big street fight in Manchester led to a ghost gun bust. Officers say they seized the weapon from a vehicle that was spotted leaving the brawl on Delmont Street Wednesday night. Police arrested 2 adults from Bloomfield and a teenager in the car. 2 other teens from Manchester were also arrested for their involvement in the fight.
Well, today, family and friends will say their final goodbye to a young child who tragically choked and died at a YWCA facility in New Britain. A celebration for life for the 2-year-old boy is being held this morning at 11 o'clock. The family has been demanding answers ever since. Officials with the YWCA say they did follow proper emergency protocols, but the daycare has been closed ever since. They could be back open on Monday.
Looking ahead to this weekend, people in Hartford will show their support for the family involved in a deadly fire in Hartford earlier this week. A vigil for 4 people who died will be held this Sunday. It was postponed from Wednesday night because of the rain. City leaders are working to help the family members who survived find a place to live. There's also a GoFundMe to help them. If you'd like to donate, you can find that link on our website.
Some breaking news here from overnight. Israel's defense minister is warning that Gaza City could be destroyed unless Hamas accepts Israel's terms for ending the war. Yesterday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he would authorize the military to seize Gaza City. Hamas said earlier this week that it agreed to a ceasefire proposal from Arab mediators, which, if accepted by Israel, could prevent an attack. Well, a scary day at 2 universities as police responded to active shooter threats. Both of them thankfully turned out to be false. Just after 1 yesterday afternoon, though, the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga issued an alert about a possible active shooter there. And look at the response here. Hours later, the school said that it was a false threat. And then around 4:30 in the afternoon, Villanova University in Philadelphia reported an active shooter threat there right near the law school. It turned out to be false as well. No one was hurt in either case. Police are investigating the Villanova threat as a swatting incident.
Eric Menendez will not be released from prison. A parole board in California denied his bid for freedom. Eric and his brother Lyle were convicted of killing their parents in their Beverly Hills home back in 1989. A judge reduced their sentences in May, making them eligible for parole. Lyle Menendez has a parole hearing later today.
Well, this morning, a popular restaurant in Rocky Hill is temporarily closed after a fire broke out inside the building. We first told you about the fire at the Saybrook Fish House yesterday morning as breaking news here. Firefighters were able to get those flames under control, but the smoke still damaged the building. Owners say they will be closed for a couple of weeks here to do a deep clean.
Plans to build a larger terminal at Tweed New Haven Airport starting to take flight. Officials released renderings of what it will look like. They've completed 60% of the design for its new 84,000 square foot East Terminal. No word on when work could begin, but the airport says the new terminal will meet rising air service demand through the year 2040. A new lawsuit stirring up a big debate online. A group of people suing both Delta and United Airlines, claiming they were misled to pay extra money for window seats that were not next to windows.
The seats cost them a premium fee, but when they boarded the plane, they were just next to a wall. The lawsuit claims the airline did not tell them that they were buying windowless window seats.